What's up, guys? We're back for day 2 of 12 days of YouTube, and unfortunately we had a little bit of a change of plan in terms of the video that I wanted to be releasing today. My super inconsiderate girlfriend was up all night last night vomiting loudly in the bathroom that is adjoined to our bedroom. I'm kidding, of course. So she got a stomach bug, and she is already feeling better, so don't worry about that. But she was up all night, which means I was up all night, which means this is Khasino on no sleep. So I didn't want to do one of the videos that I consider to be more important or more exciting, like the Alliance War video or the sponsor video. So I'm just doing an easy one for today, and that is my 8 current Sure2Win Blitz teams. So normally when I say a Sure2Win Blitz team, what I mean is a team that will win over and over more than 90% of the time, even in tier 8.3 of Blitz. However, in this particular patch, at this particular moment, that's not the case for all these teams, because Red Stars have thrown some stuff out of whack. And what I mean by that is, well, you can see it here in the most recent dev blog. Some of the pre-generated teams we provide for tier 8 of Blitz are currently overpowered, and we are fixing that error. What they mean to say is that you can only see the enemy team's total power, and that's it, and you can totally get cheesed, because some of these computer-generated teams have like a 5 Red Star Punisher who's like 20,000 power above the rest of the team, and there's no way to know that until once you're in the match. And if you weren't prepared to counter a comp like that, you're gonna have a bad time. So some of these teams in the current patch get cheesed specifically in 8.3, but all these teams are very, very reliable for easy wins all throughout tier 8, and all of these teams are capable of winning even in the current tier 8.3. It's just at the moment slightly less reliable because you get cheesed. But alright, so let's get into it. I got a lot of blitz charges saved up. Anytime I have this many blitz charges, someone always asks, I thought the cap was 500, where'd you get all those blitz charges? So I'm just going to answer that one ahead of time this time. And that is, if you buy the snack pack, it's a $9.99 offer, and it comes with 500 blitz recharges, 500 raid health packs, and I always forget the amount of raid energy tickets. I think maybe it's 400, 250, I forget exactly what it is, but it comes with raid energy tickets as well. And just because I love Blitz and I can get so much stream content out of testing weird teams in Blitz, I buy the snack pack every time I see it. Just because, again, like, I really enjoy Blitz and messing around and trying new combinations, and this is the mode where you get to use all the characters, so I have fun with Blitz. But, so getting right into it, I am going to be doing a live playthrough. I'm going to try to get up to a million some odd points in this Red Star or Blitz. But so I think I'm just going to show you guys like 2 matches with each team so you can get an idea of how the team plays. I might at a later date upload the full footage, but I would assume that it's going to be like over an hour of gameplay, and I don't want to release a video that'll be that long. So at least not right now. I don't mind at a later point. But so this is the first team, and this is actually kind of a leftovers team. So it's a combination of Mutant Synergy, Spider-Verse Synergy, and Hero Brawler Synergy. Now obviously if you're using Ms. Marvel, there are definitely better Hero Brawler comps, but characters like the original Spider-Man and Gamora and Deadpool, I have all of them already on other Sure2Win Blitz teams. Yeah, so same thing with the Spider-Verse, like, why am I not using the original Spider-Man? Wouldn't he be better in place of, like, Storm? Yes, absolutely he would. He's just a little bit too strong for this team currently, and he's already on another team. So, for me, this is kind of the leftovers team. This is not the perfect way to run this team. If you can avoid it, you want to leave both Storm and Wolverine off of your Blitz teams, but this is kind of my leftovers team, and it gets the job done. It's definitely the least reliable of all of my Sure2Win Blitz teams, but even as the least reliable team, as you're about to see, they are still very, very, very reliable, just because there's so many synergies going on. You've got Storm granting assists to mutants, which applies to Wolverine. You have Ms. Marvel granting assists for Hero Brawlers, which applies to Spider-Man and Wolverine and herself. And then you have Venom, who gets the focus boost. You have Miles, who can essentially contribute debuffs rather for Venom to spread, and so yeah, there's just a lot of synergy going on this team, and so it works out pretty well. So let's get into it. So a lot of people have been asking me what I think of Miles Morales, and there's a good chance during these 12 days that I'm gonna do a review video for Miles, because honestly, I've been really, really happy with him. He's just absolutely awesome. It's a little early. We're going to do the tier list stream next weekend, but I'm thinking Demigod at the minimum, and I might even push for God. I mean, he is just absolutely crushing it. Yeah, he's a really, really strong champion. Highly recommended. But so as you can see, already on the second turn, we can go ahead and drop a Disrupt. It's a nice AoE. Gamora can't gain her offense up. That was lucky. We completely stopped Drax. If there's one thing Miles is good for, he completely cockblocks any tanks. It's terrific. Drax is actually the most effective tank against him, but even then... Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. We got another assist from Miss Marvel. I like using the Miss Marvel AoE right after to give energy back to Spider-Man so he can disrupt again. We got the ability block on Crossbones, so his detonate is no threat. We had the disrupt, so he essentially wasted a turn. And let's see here. Yeah, we can just go ahead and attack him. I mean, he'll just die. So, alright, Yondu drops the AoE. We had an assist, but we didn't need it. Alright, we have an assist again, so we can go ahead and use that weak attack because she'll follow up and get that kill. We want to just drop Yondu before he gets the summons, but we can drop this, and that spreads bleed, and heal block, and disrupted. We'll go ahead and drop this, get another assist, and then just because Yondu is close to taking a turn, go ahead and slow-mo because this animation is hilarious. Boop! And Yondu dies. And then we can drop this heal just to BM, even though we had an assist. Go ahead and let Wolverine maul Drax. If he somehow survived, we had another assist from Miss Marvel. Go ahead and drop the bleed, and then just for the big finish, we'll let Storm use the AoE. Go ahead and drop a Disrupt on Crossbones this time, just because we can. And we have the Miss Marvel assist. Go ahead and use the slap. We got the Wolverine assist. We'll go ahead and use the Wolverine chain. We got the Miss Marvel assist again. Alright. Anything we do is gonna work, but let's go ahead and ability block. And now we can ignore Crossbones. Crossbones has been sentenced to death. Go ahead and drop that. We have a Miss Marvel assist, so I'm not even gonna waste the turn meter rewind. There you go. We have a Spider-Man assist here. Let's see if we can take out Gamora. I do want to use Wolverine here because he can eat that Daredevil counter. Go ahead and flip that to an offense down with the bleed. She's dead. Alright, we'll go ahead and hit Wolverine just so she doesn't have to eat that counter. Because Wolverine has the defense down, I want to slow him, rewind the turn meter, and extend the duration of those debuffs. And we'll go ahead and heal up Miss Marvel just because we can. Wolverine can eat this counter, no problem. Slash right there. And that's a wrap. Didn't even need that Miss Marvel assist. They, as you can see, they get the job done. Four quick and easy wins. The next Sure2Win Blitz team, we don't have to spend a lot of time on. It's the Defenders plus Punisher. Pretty straightforward. You just want to seek out as many villains as you can. So this one's got 3, but it has a Black Widow. This one has 3 without a Black Widow. So let's just go ahead and crush some villains. But you guys probably didn't need me to tell you that the Defenders plus Punisher are pretty effective in Blitz. But in case you've been living under a rock, the Defenders plus Punisher are pretty effective in Blitz. A fun fact that not everyone knows, they did a good job of clarifying it actually by putting it in the ability description of Jessica Jones' Ultimate, but for those of you that didn't know, there are 2 abilities in the game that are coded as dispels that gain 100,000 focus when used, which means that it's 1 in a million that they don't actually dispel. And those two abilities are Jessica Jones's ult and Hand Archer's special, the AoE arrows. Both of those abilities gain so much focus that, again, with the exception of what's got to be literally 1 in a million, both of them will dispel a Thanos taunt for all practical purposes every single time. So try to keep that in mind. You don't have to worry about Thanos if you're playing the defenders. Jessica Jones can just drop that taunt. And this is the ability I'm talking about. Since he's the only tank, I can go ahead and drop this just to get rid of his counters and stuff. If you don't play the defenders that much, it's important to pay attention to who you have targeted, even when you use abilities like, well, like this, for example. So the ability I'm about to use does no damage, but the priority kill for me right now is Black Widow. So I'm going to use this ability because it has a chance to call Punisher to attack, and I want to make sure that he hits the right target if we use it. Go ahead and pop her. Black Widow's down. And here's a perfect example. Non-damaging ability. Alright, never mind. My Punisher is literally being gun-shy today. I apologize for Punisher. He's phoning it in. Alright, moving on. The next Sure2Win Blitz team is this crew right here. You know him. You love him. It's the classic What Are You Blind squad. Now, this has always been the variant of the What Are You Blind squad that I run. However, there are more effective ways to run a What Are You Blind squad. So neither Merc Lieutenant nor Iron Man are really essential to this team, and it even can be done without Loki. I really like having Loki for the benefits to Mystic controllers, and the Loki summons count as Mystics, which help heal Mordo, and there's all kinds of other perks. So essentially, you can use Hand Sentry over Loki, and the team will perform slightly better. They'll have less offense, but their defense will be even better. But the idea behind it is that you're wasting enemy turns. So Mordo opens up with a bunch of blinds, and if you have Loki, he goes even earlier. And then Scarlet Witch extends those blinds, stuns, and slows, whatever Mordo applies, and it wastes a lot of the enemy's turns. And then, whether you're using Loki or Hand Sentry, if you're using Loki, you're throwing up his summons, which have evades. So you have blind people hitting into evades, so if they're blind, they don't even consume the evade until someone who can see attacks, and then they're hitting a target that's evading. If you're using Hand Sentry, of course, he just gives the entire team evades, so super effective. And the idea behind Merc Lieutenant and Iron Man here is, firstly, the team's a little bit light on damage because it's so many Mystics, and so they have a lot of utility, but they don't hit that hard, so he kind of takes care of that by giving everyone offense up. He also gives everyone speed up, which is really useful because you want to get in more turns, you know, to do as much damage as possible to the enemy team before they regain their sight. And then Iron Man's just my heavy hitter on this team. You can use any damage dealer, but you want at least one character who can kick some ass. I like Iron Man because if there's ever a priority target, I can defense down for 2 turns with Loki, and then I know going into the second turn, I'll have Merc Lieutenant's offense up on Iron Man, who will have a Unibeam. So if someone has to die, I'll have an offensed up Iron Man Unibeam hitting into a defense down. And that's enough to kill anybody. If they were initially hit by Loki, Iron Man will finish the job with very few exceptions. So, alright, we'll hit Crossbones to defense down. Drop the blind onto Gamora. Hopefully it also hits Quake. Well, we hit Quake with a slow, which is close enough. There's always the opportunity, too, for Scarlet Witch to spread a blind. So, like, Quake wasn't blinded. So, I guess Quake's a bad example, but It is entirely possible that Scarlet Witch will spread the blind from Crossbones to either Night Nurse or Yondu. And that happens, I believe, 40% of the time she'll spread one of the debuffs. I think it goes up to 50% if you give her the orange mats. Ironically, right after I said that, Scarlet Witch tried to spread something to Yondu, and he had an evade, so he juked it. Uh-oh. Now that's what that's supposed to look like. 3 blinds and a stun. Then you go ahead and extend that with Scarlet Witch. And they only have 1 person on the team right now can even do damage to us. Everyone else is screwed for 2 full turns. Offense up Unibeam into defense down, even though Drax also has defense up. Still worth it. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and rebalance. It's a little bit early, but basically just give everyone a deflect. Give some people some defense up. Go ahead and drop this AoE. Go ahead and drop this AoE. Get an offense up. And as you can see, just total domination. The fact that Scarlet Witch has a 40% chance to spread a debuff so she can spread a Mortal Blind is just nuts. So here you go. So this team, I haven't really given them a name. Kind of like the name the Demolition Squad, someone suggested in chat once. And this team just blows everything up. The idea is Rocket special turn 1, and then you can use Star-Lord to basically get some early blinds and guarantee that Rocket ult is ready turn 2. Not only is Rocket ult ready turn 2, but that means Star-Lord ult is ready turn 2, it means Crossbones ult is ready turn 2, and Kingpin gives all of those abilities offense up, and he provides the defense up to make sure that they get that far. So basically on turn 2 everything dies. So one of the best matchups you can ask for the Demolition Squad is a team that doesn't get any defense ups, because they have plenty of raw offense. And they have the option to go ahead and blind Spider-Man, so you don't even have to worry about those pesky defense downs. He'll just go ahead and waste that cooldown. So we'll go ahead and drop the offense up Rocket AoE. You can drop the offense up Star-Lord ult. Unfortunately, our Crossbones got stunned, which is really bad luck because his detonate is really what just puts a nice little bow on the entire package. But that's okay. We're gonna win anyway. Take out Yondu before she can summon. Gamora misses. And here's the detonate. And that takes care of that. Alright. So we will go ahead and gun down Quake. Side note, if you weren't aware, there's absolutely no point in blinding Hawkeye. All of Hawkeye's abilities are locked to 100% accuracy. He cannot miss, you cannot evade him, he will always hit. The only exceptions are his counter assist and his passive. Everything else will always land no matter what. He is totally immune to blind outside of his counter assist and his passive. But we're going to go ahead and use this anyway because it charges up Rocket. And I do want to get rid of those buffs over there. And we can rewind Captain's turn meter. Shut up, Microsoft. We got an assist from Crossbones. So another thing I want to mention here, that assist you just saw from Crossbones does not normally occur. Kingpin's ult is a non-damaging ability, and most non-damaging abilities will cause assists to not actually trigger. So, you know, if that had been someone else, let's just say it was Captain America using his Inspire, then there would be no assist from Crossbones. He would stand down because it was a non-damaging ability. Kingpin's is unique in that his non-damaging ability says in the description that it calls the assist, even still. So, Kingpin is one of the few characters that can do a non-damaging ability and still get an assist on it. And boom. That's a wrap. Alright, moving on to our next Sure2Win Blitz team. And that is this team right here. So this team is a very unique Sure2Win Blitz team. They are a counter team. So they actually look for a specific meta team to counter. And so I just always shop around, basically. They have limited matchups. Like, for example, if we took this match, there's a very good chance that they'd still win. But it's not a guarantee, whereas I can just hold out and find a Black Widow team and then always win. So I'll come back to that team, but they work really well as a Black Widow counter. Alright, Vision wipes all that. He's gonna throw people into stealth, but it's fine. One of the beauties of having Strange next to Thanos is that you can use winds more than once in a match, or the heal revive more than once in a match. So this will blow 3 of their evades, but it'll also get rid of the taunters. You know what? I'm gonna save it. I'll go ahead and use the heal. We'll let Thanos blow some evades, and then we'll hit him with the winds. So Thanos can blow some evades. There's another kill. So, fun fact, if you have multiple enemies in stealth, chains check to see if someone is in stealth, they won't continue. So even though they're all in stealth and I can hit any of them that I want, if I go ahead and use this ability, it won't chain because it checks and everyone else is in stealth. So it thinks, well, I can't continue, I'll hit someone in stealth. So, weird logic on chains there. GG. Why the Vision? I could hold out. I still have another team I can use, and I can still shop around for better matchups, but honestly, I want to go to bed. So, let's take some risks. This worked out because Strange did not get ability blocked, which means we win. Alright, so Quake is essentially just being left there for Gamora to capitalize on when she gets resets. We'll go ahead and drop a stun to make sure we don't have to deal with a detonate. We'll go ahead and offense down this AoE that he's about to send out. And we'll soften him up. Hopefully she can get this one with the ult. Excellent. Then she can get this one with the special. And then with a really lucky triple. No, alright. Well, it doesn't hurt to dream, people. Doesn't hurt to dream. Okay, sometimes it hurts to dream. But it worked out. For the most part. Having Strange next to Thanos, you get multiple wins, and man is it dominating. Captain likes to just always have defense up and make sure that he stalls out your matches and wastes your time, but win's a win. Moving on to this next team, it's the Brotherhood. So the Brotherhood are sure to win. Now, because this is the Red Star or Blitz, I can't bring in characters that are below 4-star, and in my entire roster I only have one character that is below 4-star, and it is Sabretooth. So we are doing this version of the Brotherhood without Sabretooth, so I will go ahead and pay a little extra to bring Venom in here. Venom is an excellent substitute for Sabretooth, but of course I can use this team even with Sabretooth in the normal blitzes that aren't 4-star and above. But so let's go ahead and do it. The Brotherhood is absolutely unstoppable on offense. Yeah, that's really all I can say on the Brotherhood, is they're just fantastic. Open up the Magneto ult. Everyone's blind. Go ahead and get one of them to attack Fury. Oh my goodness, he got absolutely crushed and he's auto heal blocked by Pyro. Go ahead and drop that. Fury's already down. Pop the taunt. Go ahead and spread the bleeds. That right there is why Venom is an awesome asset to this team. And yeah, I guess we'll start, well, you know, I can steal some regen. Not that she even had any damage, but might as well copy those buffs and make use of them. Go ahead and drop the Disrupted, so no one gets any more buffs. And this might hurt. Drops them all real low, which means they're all heal blocked. Succumb to bleeds. Go ahead and flip those to bleeds. And easy win. Defenders, defenders, defenders. This one doesn't have a Jessica Jones, which means this one is my pick. Jessica Jones is the main reason that the defenders can put up a good fight against the Brotherhood. Now they're also all villains, which means Punisher does an asinine amount of damage, but really the big thing is that Jessica Jones isn't there to shrug off the debuffs. So Punisher does considerably less damage when he's blind, and he doesn't have that JJ resistance, so he's getting blind. The one person on that team who's immune to blind, of course, is Daredevil, because, well, he's already blind. So we'll go ahead and see if we can pop Punisher. Honestly, probably should have gone after Daredevil, but it doesn't much matter. We'll go ahead and drop these bleeds. And this is the fun part, because we can spread this, or we can spread this. You know what? Let's spread the blinds. Well, The blind, if we spread that blind, it would only affect Night Nurse. This one will at least affect Spider-Man. Or we can just spread, yeah, you know what, let's go with the maximum amount of bleeds. Let's just spread bleeds to everyone. Then we'll go ahead and drop the Juggernaut taunt. And people are just gonna start getting crushed. We'll go ahead and remove those buffs, put a Disrupted on him so he can't be taunting. Go ahead and copy those right there. Juggernaut about to hit him with the Royal Rumble. And that's a wrap. Alright, the next Sure2Win team here, you guys are not going to believe this one. Super secret team. Came up with this one myself. Just kidding, of course. It's Nick Fury and the Shield minions. Honestly, I just had to fight this team because what is this Commander team? Some of them are cheese, and some of them are just baffling. So we're at 1.2 mil, and I have another team still to use. This is the final Sure2Win Blitz team, and it's just a variant of the classic original Avengers meta team. It's Captain, Black Widow, Quake at the core, and then it's got Yondu and it's got Deadpool. Alright, fairly standard, fairly easy matchup. We'll go ahead and focus out Quake. Drop the Quake AoE. Go ahead and remove that. Steal that. See if we can get her nice and low. Alright. Let's drop him. Can we get the twofer? Yes, we can. And he's going to die to his bleeds, which means we just have to worry about crossbones. We can eat that detonate all day. Game over. Alright. Fairly standard matchup here. Go ahead and drop the chain. Go ahead and remove that. Drop this slow. Let's hit him with the stun. Good Widow Chain. Get the speed up. I think this is going to hit Yondu, but yep, perfect. It's fine by me. Let's go ahead and see if we can remove the Drax buffs. Cool, go ahead and drop the AoE. Yondu's toast. Slow these two further. Borrow those counters. Get some summons on the fields. Pretty sure Quake is going to die to her bleeds. Psych. And that's a wrap. Alright, so that is it for the Sure2Win Blitz teams. I am super tired, so I'm going to do a super quick sloppy job of editing this all together and throw it up, and I hope it helps some of you guys. If I can catch up on my sleep tonight, then we'll be back to the regularly scheduled programming tomorrow, and so hopefully I can do that video on Alliance Wars or the sponsor video tomorrow. Since I am doing a Power Core giveaway on this video as well, how about this? Go ahead and tell me, what Sure2Win teams do you use that I don't, that you think I should know about? So leave a comment, let me know what Sure2Win teams you guys are knowing, and that will enter you in for a chance to win $10 worth of Power Cores. Good luck, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace!